So in this video, we are going to be talking about how to use EFT tapping to quiet that inner critic that we all have so that we can decrease our self-doubt and increase our confidence. So my name is Betsy Dwight, and I am a former psychotherapist turned EFT practitioner. And I have found that EFT, or emotional freedom techniques, or simply called tapping, is one of the most powerful tools in helping to connect the mind and the body. And when the mind and body are connected, we can come into the present moment. And when we are in the present moment, we are able to see the problems that we are facing with a clear sense of clarity. And we open ourselves to new possibilities on how to solve those problems. So if you are new to EFT and are curious about it, please check out my link below for a guide to Intro to EFT, where you will learn what it is and how to use it. This is a really great resource for those of you that are just getting started in the practice. So one of the great things about EFT is that we can use it to help quiet that mental chatter, especially using it to quiet our inner critic. So we all deal with self-criticism, and we all have this little voice inside of our heads that tells us that we're not doing it right, or that beats ourselves up. And this little inner critic voice, or maybe not so little, but it has a purpose, and its purpose is to keep us safe, to keep us emotionally safe. A lot of times we believe that the harder we are on ourselves, the more likely we are to make this desired change. So, for example, if you are procrastinating on a work project and you think that, oh, I don't want to be a procrastinator, so I'm going to be hard. So you are very hard on yourself to not procrastinate in attempts to keep yourself safe from procrastinating again. So keep yourself safe in the idea that then you won't fail, you won't lose your job, you won't receive harsh criticism. So this inner critic comes in to keep us safe from the things that we are fearing. So even though our inner critic has good intentions, they oftentimes aren't productive. So maybe in the short term, we will find a little bit of motivation to not do something or to do something. But ultimately, when our inner critic is running the show, it undermines our confidence, and we lose belief in our abilities to do something because there's this constant voice telling us that we're not good or beating us up in some way. So quieting that inner critic is vital. When we quiet our inner critic, we are able to feel safe, feel cared for by our own selves, and find more motivation to follow through on our goals or the intentions that we set for ourselves. So I'm going to offer you an EFT sequence to help get you started. To help get you started on quieting that inner critic and being able to bring in a more compassionate voice when you are facing those ruminating critical voices. So before we get started, I want you to think about a situation in your life where your inner critic is just running wild. Okay, so once you've thought of that, then we are going to get started with our sequence. So coming to the side of the hand and repeating after me, and of course changing the words so that they resonate with your situation. And we start here, we say our setup statement 3 times. So even though I'm beating myself up right now, I'm saying really mean things to myself, I deeply and completely accept myself in this moment. Even though I'm being really harsh on myself, I'm beating myself up, I'm not saying nice things, and I deeply and completely accept that this is happening. Even though I'm beating myself up right now, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. And coming up to the inside of the eye, I'm being so mean to myself. I'm saying really harsh things, like I failed. Coming under the eye, I didn't do it right. Coming under the nose, everyone's better than me. To the chin, I really messed this up. Coming to the collarbones, I'm not good at what I do. Coming to the side of the body, I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough to figure this out. Somebody else could have done it better. I'm really judging myself. I'm really judging myself harshly. Coming to the inside of the eye, I'm feeling all sorts of disappointment around how I performed. Coming to the side of the eye, I'm so disappointed in myself. I know I could have done better. Coming under the eye, I'm feeling all this tension in my jaw. Coming under the nose, my stomach is in knots. Feeling so disappointed in myself. My body is holding on to all of this tension as I judge myself for how I did. Coming to the side of the body, I'm really upset with myself. My body is so constricted. Coming to the top of the head, I'm so disappointed. I should have done better. Coming to the inside of the eye, I'm really judging myself harshly. Into the side of the eye, I would never talk this way to a friend, but I'm talking this way to myself. Coming under the eye, I know that I did the best that I could. Coming under the nose, it wasn't my intention to mess up. It wasn't my intention that things went this way. Coming to the collarbones, I'm learning to accept myself as I am. Coming to the side of the body, I'm learning to be patient with myself as I figure things out. And coming to the top of the head, I'm learning right now, and I'm learning from my mistakes. I don't always have to be perfect. And coming back to the body and noticing if there's been any shifts, if anything feels present right now that wasn't present before we started, and continue to tap as these feelings or that critical voice is still going. Continue to tap to bring its intensity down. And maybe even if one of these phrases really resonated with you, sticking with that phrase and just going through the points as you're tapping. So thank you so much for being here. And please, in the comments, let me know what resonated with you. And like, share, subscribe so that we can continue to grow our EFT community and bring more people into this technique. And I would love to hear from you. So below you'll find all the links on how to get connected. And thank you so much for being here.